Humanistic Theory by Reggie Pinnock. What is humanistic theory? The general definition of humanistic theory based off of Wikipedia, it says it helps the client gain the belief that all people are inherently good. It adopts an approach to human existence and pays special attention to such phenomena as creativity, free will, and positive human potential. It encourages viewing ourselves as a whole person, greater than the sum of our parts, and encourages self-exploration rather than the study of behavior in other people. My personal thoughts on it regarding what I've learned in class is that as managers, it's our job to make employees feel that they belong on the team. We do this through developing their skills, trust, basic emotions, pushing them to achieve their goals. I've seen this in my own life as I've dealt with managers. The more that they have done these things, it's made me feel more part of a team. It's made me want to do better than what I know that I can do. So the concepts that we're going to cover today regarding humanistic theory are developing employees, trust, the 4 basic emotions, and goals/expectations. So in developing employees, I asked the question, what is the benefit of developing employees? According to the introduction video in lesson 4, it teaches us many ways to develop them. A couple that stood out to me were developing employees, the importance is inspired employees work and also produce more. Challenging top performers allows them to grow outside their comfort zone, and we can best develop employees when we are able to have good quality one-on-one time with them. And I know for me, as I've played sports throughout my life, that the more one-on-one time I had with my coach, the more I felt that I improved, but I also felt more love, I would say, from my coach, which allowed me to want to become better and not to let him down. So it also improved my skills. So I have a video here that we can watch regarding developing our employees, so to say.
Dad! Come on, Dad, we gotta go! Wake up! Sorry. Dad!
Son, awake. Before sunrise, he's your son.
Dad, come on, Dad. Dad! You promised.
Okay. I'm up.
Yeah!
Look, Simba. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
And this'll all be mine?
Everything.
Everything the light touches. What about that shadowy place?
That's beyond our borders. You must never go there, Simba.
But I thought a king can do whatever he wants.
Oh, there's more to being king than getting your way all the time.
There's more?
Simba. Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance. As king, you need to understand that balance and respect all the creatures, from the crawling ant to the leaping antelope.
Dad, don't we eat the antelope?
Yes, Simba, but let me explain. When we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. And so, we are all connected in the great circle of life.
So what we learned here was Mufasa was developing Simba to be a great king. And the way that he was doing that was spending that quality one-on-one time with him and showing him what makes a great king, but also taught him about kind of the limitations of being a good king. So I feel like we can use that in the workforce as employees and managers. It's their job to look at the employees as their the people that's going to take over in the future, their job as they go on. So the next thing that I wanted to go through regarding humanistic theory was trust. So where does trust start? According to the article, trust, an essential element of leaders and managers, it says, but what is this special human virtue called trust? When we trust people, we can confide in them, believe them, and have confidence in their honesty, reliability, integrity, strength, and ability. This all-important virtue takes various forms in the behavior and in the many behaviors we exhibit as managers and leaders. It is the utmost importance that we as supervisors, managers, leaders, and directors are worthy of our employees' trust. So as managers, it's essential that we first gain the trust of our employees. I feel that this is more essential than me trusting them. In order for me to trust them, they want to trust me, and as the manager of the organization, I must lead by example. This plays a huge role in allowing the organization to run smoothly. And for those of you who run your own company, you know trust it's an essential thing, because you're trusting people with money, and being able that they're doing their job to create money for you, but also for themselves too. So I feel like trust is absolutely key in order to have that humanistic theory in our organizations. So I found a video here, and we'll watch it here.
Working together, often making disappointing progress. They may not share information, they might battle over rights and responsibilities, and they may not cooperate with one another. It doesn't matter how capable or talented you are, if you can't build relationships fast, then you may never reach your full potential. One of the best-selling books on the subject of building relationships and trust is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie's 1936 classic has sold over 15 million copies worldwide. The book has stood the test of time and includes advice which is still relevant today. Carnegie's book covers some very simple concepts, but it claims to bring about some drastic results. Take, for example, his advice on Carnegie believed that you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years spent trying to get people interested in you. When you find yourself meeting new people, try to become genuinely interested in the other person, even if you think you have nothing in common. The road to a person's friendship is to talk about the things he or she treasures the most. Carnegie considers this to be a skill which can be practiced and improved. As you improve, you also increase your network and your ability to influence. What Carnegie was basically saying is, being a great conversationalist is about being a good listener. The trick is to ask questions that people will enjoy answering and encouraging them to talk about themselves and their interests. Mastering this skill will help you build trust and stronger relationships in no time. Carnegie also stressed great importance on remembering and frequently using the other person's name. He believed that a person's name is the sweetest and most important sound in any language to that person. Never underestimate the amount to which people value their own name. So next time you meet somebody new, make a special effort to remember their name. And of course, if you ever find yourself having to put their name in writing, be sure to use the correct spelling. Another useful piece of advice from Carnegie's work is the guidance he offered on giving criticism. There is one sure way of upsetting other members of your team, and that is by telling somebody very directly that they're wrong. Telling somebody this and disregarding their opinion is a direct attack on their intelligence and pride. Their immediate response will be to strike back and argue their point. Instead, try asking a question which will force them to think about a different point of view and challenge their own idea. Being able to deliver criticism in a constructive way is a key skill for being a great team player. It's also worth looking at how well we take criticism. To be a good team player, you need to respect other people's opinions and not take criticism personally. Just understand that other people have a different perspective, and it's their weakness if they can't be constructive.
So I really like that article. That video, I thought it was really good in regarding to how to build trust, how to maintain it. Something that I found through the BYU Idaho Library, in one of the research articles, it said, according to the article, Inspire Your Employees, it says, Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, the famed athlete, once noted, the man who has no imagination has no wings. Likewise, the organization without a dream can never fly. What is your dream for your organization? I hope that your dream includes building strong relationships with employees, relationships built on trust and respect. For when trust exists, productivity increases, morale improves, and a spirit of optimism gently guides you into the future. I really thought that was awesome that Muhammad Ali said that. I really like the part where it says, for when trust exists, productivity increases. And I know that I've seen that in my personal life as managers above me have trusted me, which has allowed me to produce more because I'm not being micromanaged, which allowed me emotionally to, continue to do my best. Which brings us to the next concept of the 4 basic emotions. So, according to what we learned in lesson 4, week's activities, it talks a lot about the 4 basic emotions and how they apply to the humanistic theory. The emotions are acquire, which is managers needs to help people fulfill their needs, which is a reward. Bond, which is a caring and loving your employees, that creates the friendship. Comprehend, which is find challenges for employees. And then defend, as it's the fight or flight responses with employees. So by applying these 4 basic emotions as managers, we can make our employees feel that we truly care about them and need them on our team. This cycle is to be repeated in order to help the employee reach their full potential. I also believe that these 4 basic emotions, if we can find these out very quick, we'll be able to help our employees reach their potential a lot faster. This is what makes them tick, as they say. So I know that if we do that, we will be able to get beyond the surface level with our employees, which will increase productivity, which will increase revenue. Here's a little chart that I got off of the basic emotions. It's not the exact ones, but it kind of it shows us the different emotions that we all have, which is psychological needs, safety and security, love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization. I feel like the 4 basic emotions listed here relate very well to these. Then our last thing I wanted to talk about is goals. So according to the article Employee Engagement and Goal Setting Theory, it says goal setting is a motivational theory which enhances employee performance. Motivation is the inherent quality of engaged employees which lead to higher organizational efficacy. So goal setting can be a predictor of employee engagement. So this principle is true in the humanistic culture because if we don't teach our employees to have goals at work, then their personal engagement in the goal of the company will decrease, causing the company to not reach its goal. And then according to the Harvard Manage Mentor, it says that employees need to have the skills and resources to accomplish their goals. It also says that we should have checkpoints for them to help them obtain their goal. So I really like the Harvard Manage Mentor, how it talks about that. If we give our employees goals that really they don't have the resources to reach, then it's going to disengage them. They're not going to feel bought into the goal, which means they're actually not going to work as hard, which is going to decrease productivity and decrease revenue. So I really liked how the humanistic theory really applies that goal setting is important because it allows us to help our employees reach their full potential through their goals. So my last video here, we'll watch here.
So starting by having a think about the things you really want to do. Maybe start with 2 goals. For example, going to the park with the grandchildren or working in the garden for 30 minutes daily. Planning is essential to helping you achieve a goal, as you will need to adjust your daily routine to include more exercise. So take a paper and pen and write down how you might do it. An action plan sets out what you want to achieve, when you will achieve it, how you will achieve it, and where you will achieve it. Action plans should be realistic and achievable, so it's okay to set smaller short-term goals as stepping stones to achieve your goal. Here's an example action plan for walking to the shops.
So I really like that video. Basically just talks about SMART goals: specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and timely. I know that if we do that, it will help our employees and help ourselves. So that is my presentation for the humanistic theory. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed learning more about it. Here's my works cited, and thank you.